Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm an Education Officer at the Countryside Education Trust. What don't I do? I mean, there's a massive variety of things we do in this job. Lots of working with children, of course, but that could be anything from 2 to 18 preschool groups, doing day visits, residential. A lot of time on the farm, mainly feeding and mucking out, but often things to do with grooming, caring, medical needs, then obviously general maintenance, like upkeep with fences, hedging, fields, etc. All those kind of things of day to day, depending on what crops up. Volunteers, we do lots of work with volunteers on the farm, in the garden, or joining the conservation volunteers up in the woods. And then there might be times where you're needed to work in the garden, especially during time for sowing and harvesting at certain points of the farming year as well. Working in the office, communicating with schools, coordinating work experiences, communicating with our charity supporters, friends of the trust. Those are things that I'm specifically in charge of. But during my time here, I've had times where I've dressed up as a butler, storytelling wizard, Father Christmas, and a chicken in a pancake race. So, as you can see, there's no such thing as a typical day. I mean, usually we go from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, although special events on a Saturday and Sunday, so we have to be prepared for open days and things like that. Breaks during the day, well, that kind of depends. You'll get half an hour, but it depends what's happening on the farm. So we might be busy, you might have to wait a bit. So if you have to have your 12 o'clock feed, then you might have to hold on for a moment. Day starts usually with a bit of animal feeding, could be a bit of mucking out. Sometimes we've got the children involved. If you're not on the farm, then you're probably preparing to go up to the woods to meet a group, maybe do some stream studying, pond dipping. Schools do lots of different things. So usually, welcome to our office by the way. Usually get about an hour or so each day. We get a bit of time to catch up on office things. So it could be replying to emails, maybe making a timetable for a school, or preparing resources. So I've been here 4 years now, and my personal journey for being an education officer was 30 years plus in the classroom. But I wanted something which was different. Still in education, but working outdoors and in a different environment. Lots and lots of skills of being a teacher I could bring to being an education officer. Certainly communication and interpersonal skills, and a fair amount of patience, because animals, just like children, don't always do what you want them to do. When you get here though, there's a lot of things I need to learn, certainly kind of in terms of animal care and welfare and handling. That was all new to me, and had to get straight in there and start learning. And obviously a lot of the naturalist elements, the ecology, and just know what happens in the farming year. As far as skills are concerned, well, no one's going to let you loose on a tractor or using a chainsaw until you've had some pretty thorough training. And if you're out and about with children, then outdoor remote first aid when you're in the middle of the woods is pretty vital as well. And then there's things that you're doing. Some of the things that you're learning is kind of on-the-job training as you're going along. But you also get opportunities to kind of really gin up on some specific skills and training opportunities. So for me, that's been things such as acid grasslands ecology and farmyard bird identification. What do I love about my job? I mean, there's so many things: being outdoors, the fresh air, the New Forest scenery, working alongside a team. We're a small team, only 20 of us when we're all in, so harmonious, friendly team is vital and very much appreciated. And helping a generation of children connect with the countryside and bring them out into the woods or onto the farm, and just meeting such a lovely variety of people and animals, of course. As far as highlights, you can look at it in different ways. On one level, it's just those little mindful moments, which is when you're there cuddling a rabbit or driving a tractor across a field, or sometimes those annual events, the big things that we do each year, the New Forest Show, the lambing period, so much satisfaction from being involved with that. End of the day, it's time to just check on all our different animals, give them a final bit of feeding. It's a case of shutting the doors and put them to bed until the morning.